Hello, my name is Luciana Prado. I am the Shifu of Neidan Academy, and today I'm going to talk to you a little about the Year of the Rabbit. The Chinese New Year, 4721, begins today, January 22nd, 2023, and will end on February 9th, 2024. This year will be under the influence of the rabbit, the water element, and the yin polarity. So it will be the year of the Yin Water Rabbit, also known as the year of the Black Rabbit. And what does that mean? The Chinese New Year is the most important celebration of the year for the Chinese, since it closes one cycle and begins a new phase, which will be represented by a sacred animal as a symbol, a way to express the dominant energies of that year and of the people born in that year. This year is the year of the rabbit, the fourth animal of the Chinese zodiac. Yesterday we ended the year of the tiger, which was a yang water year. The most recent years of the rabbit were in 2011, 1999, 1987, 1975, 1963, 1951, 1939, 1927, and 1915. In Chinese astrology, the rabbit has a strong connection to the spiritual world and is able to see beyond what the eyes can perceive. This means that this year will be a time for us to connect or reconnect with our spirituality, with the kind of spirituality that makes sense to us and truly connects us to something deeper and greater than ourselves. There will be a greater energetic flow in this regard, meaning that as we seek our spirituality, it will be easier for us to connect and find ourselves on this journey. Activities like meditation, yoga, and Tai Chi are excellent for helping with this process. A year governed by the rabbit also invites us to do some self-reflection on our lives, to let go more of worldly things, to evaluate our paths, the people we have by our side, and to look at situations in a deeper and more holistic way. The rabbit is also highly imaginative and a deeply visionary dreamer, effortlessly journeying into its own private world and becoming lost in its deep thoughts. This is a very good trait for this year, because through the rabbit's creativity and visionary ability, it's possible to find solutions to issues that until now we didn't know how to solve. We just need to be careful not to get stuck or lost in the world of ideas, and to be able to bring all that creativity, mental agility, and curiosity into the real, practical, and tangible world, qualities that can lead to transformative solutions and ideas. The rabbit's intuition is extremely sharp, and if we listen to this intuition and pay attention to the signs and details, we will be able to make better decisions and choose the best path to follow. Sometimes the rabbit can be shy, reserved, and even insecure. That's why it's important that this year we work on our self-confidence so that we can express our ideas and projects with confidence and conviction, since the rabbit's mind is fertile and rich in ideas, and this year they may come to us in abundance. Self-confidence will also be necessary for us to explore these creative ideas, to find solutions to the obstacles that may arise this year, since years governed by the rabbit can be a bit unstable with unexpected events, and these ideas can help us deal with these setbacks, and who knows, maybe even come out of them better than we were before. The rabbit is generally very good at making friends because it is generous and has a more open mind. But when it's not doing well, it tends to hide or not share its emotions because it believes it shouldn't bother friends with its emotional dilemmas. And because of this, it can end up suffering alone and becoming depressed, or even manifesting psychosomatic illnesses in its body. It's important to be aware of this. Friendship is a two-way street, and no problem is irrelevant or too small if it bothers you, disturbs you, or makes you suffer. Another important point in the year of the rabbit is fertility. In other words, it is a year that will favor those who intend to have children. In the same way, those who do not intend to have children right now should be extra careful, especially because, for rabbits, love life is very important. The rabbit is closely associated with passion, so 2023 is expected to see more relationships. At this point, we need to pay attention to a certain sense of possessiveness over another person, selfishness, excessive jealousy, and affairs outside the relationship. In other words, be careful with impulsiveness, because all this intensity can lead to future regrets. But take advantage of the year's energy to spice up or warm up an existing relationship or to try out a new one. The year of the rabbit tends to be a calmer year, which is much needed after the year of the tiger, which is usually fiercer, more hectic, and more marked by conflicts. The energy of the rabbit is about avoiding conflicts because it is extremely sensitive and becomes unsettled by conflicts, tension, competitiveness, and environments where it doesn't feel comfortable. But when necessary, it follows its sense of duty, acting according to the rules. Everything indicates that it will be an excellent year for reaping rewards. So, we still need to observe, reflect, and weigh things carefully, but now it's also time to take action, not just keep pondering, because this year there is a greater chance of reaping the rewards of your work. There is also a higher probability of reaping rewards if you know where to look and where to invest. Besides being the year of the rabbit, it is the year of the water rabbit. The influence of the water element brings flexibility, fluidity, wisdom, transparency, and the ability to adapt to new situations, as well as overcoming difficulties or obstacles that may arise, while also bringing a great deal of introspection. The rabbit is a sensitive and intuitive animal. The water rabbit is doubly intuitive and sensitive. Therefore, it is important to be mindful and cautious of irrational fears and isolation, which can be attempts at self-protection. It is important to have someone close by who can support and help you during these times. You also need to be careful not to get too involved in everyone else's problems and end up depleting your own emotional resources. Since this is a year of yin water and the rabbit is a more peaceful, emotional, and quiet animal, we need to always pay attention to our emotions and seek help when necessary. It may be a more introspective year, and if we are not careful, we may more easily fall into depressive states or a deeper, more persistent sadness. At the same time, connecting with our emotions can be a very powerful resource, because through this connection with our heart and intuition, we are able to see our truth more clearly and redirect our path and our life toward a direction that makes more sense to us and connects us with our true life purposes. It is important to emphasize here that the main function of the Chinese horoscope is to provide greater self-knowledge and self-observation to help us make the most of the possibilities and energies, using this flow to our advantage instead of swimming against it. Last year, which was the year of the tiger, we could have experienced a year in which the intrinsic wisdom of the tiger and of water would have given us the possibility to overcome adversities with transparent and truthful communication without the need for conflicts or facing them with outbursts of anger and actions or words that could bring future regrets. Everything depended on personal and collective awareness and maturity so that we could create healthy and ethical dialogues both individually and collectively. Today we have wars that began last year happening in different ways around the world. Therefore, I say once again that the purpose of the Chinese horoscope is not to make predictions, but to help us act and navigate with greater wisdom, avoiding unnecessary conflicts and difficulties, both globally and individually, and fostering the best in every possibility and in every sphere of our lives in each of these cycles we go through. So did you like it? Do you have any questions? Would you like to know more about the year of the Yin Water Rabbit or about any specific aspect of this year? Just reach out to us.